Surprise, we were working on a Ford. Found on road dead, fixed or repaired daily, fucked over repaired Dodge, whatever you want to call it. I circled the problem. Ford. Anyway, here we go. We got a little escape here. We got an alternator issue. It's not charging. Battery's been dying off and on for about 2 weeks. But it'll jump and start and run great. Finally wanted to die on us and actually give us a diagnostic, which has low voltage. So here's our alternator part number from Napa. This part was around 180. Remanufactured, good for 3.5 years, I believe. We're not going to take out the axle. We're not going to do all that fancy shit that you can't do if you don't have a lift and you don't have all kinds of crazy tools. We're going to take it out that little hole right there. Now, mind you, I already took this guy out for you. So, but to see, there's two 10mm bolts that hold this puppy in. Take them out. Take the vacuum line off that goes in for the heater and the AC controls right there. Slide it to the side. Take these two plugs, peel them out. Undo this little clippy here. Right there, undo that. You're gonna peel that out of the way a little bit. You don't need much room. We're not trying to kink it. Just slide it under here like that. So, there you go. Now we're going down there for the alternator. Here you go. Like I tell everybody, get the part before you start the job so you can see what bolts and nuts are where, what the plug looks like, how the cable connects, all that good stuff. Here's the alternator. From looking underneath, I know it sits like this. It sits just like this. So you got one bolt on top, two bolts on bottom. Clip on the back here for the plug. And I believe a 10 like every other one right there. 10mm to take the nut off for the cable. First things first, take off a battery terminal. Always do that when doing an alternator. Unless you're in Pennsylvania and you're about to come up for inspection and you need to pass inspection. But if the battery died, it's already gonna need a run cycle anyway, so do what you gotta do. Customer like to get fancy with their battery cables here, but it is tight, so I can't complain about it. It works. I had to jump it to get it in, so obviously in PA it's not going to pass inspection because it needs a run cycle. Or as I tell people, the computer needs to run a diagnostic. Anyway, take a battery terminal off. 8mm, one or the other. Take it off, slide out the way. We're going to get the flashlight out. We're going to go back here and go to town. You need to access the top bolt from here. Unplug these, slide them to the side unless you can. This hose is going to be a pain in the butt. You can wire tie it here or just prop it up here just to get the bolt out. And you come down to the bottom here, take this shroud down. You'll see I got the 13 still in there. I got the one from right in here with the shroud down. I literally put my hand in here with a ratchet wrench. The other one I got with a long extension, swivel on a 13 from the bottom. You got to look up from the bottom, and actually I was next to the exhaust. Obviously take the belt off from up top. I'm putting a new belt, so I took it all the way off. The tension, you're going to pull the tension bar towards the front of the car, and from that you'll be able to get the belt off. So now we got to unplug and unhook the battery terminal from the alternator. We're going to go down this way to do it, and we'll bring a light up here and get to work. Like I said, you're going to need to be hugging over here to get in there. Oh, hope I don't fall. My chair's moving. Anyway, so like I said, right in here, you might be able to see it. This might help, might not, but obviously this hose, this line right here goes down, and there's a plug and the battery terminal, which I showed you on the new alternator. We're trying to get this off and this off now. So you need 10 in your hand so you can squeeze and pull it out. Nice and small, sneak down in there to get the 10 off. We twisted it around, and that's how we're going to get the two lines off. I also disconnect this, I would believe it's an O2 sensor from here, clips here, and then it runs over to there. This cable actually holds it, and if you see that little nipple on it, that goes into the bottom of the alternator. Just a stupid bracket, but it holds it away from the axles. So make sure you put that back how you got it. But we're going to grab that 10, we're going to grab the line over there, plug, pull them both off. If you want to make life easy, tie a piece of wire to the alternator. And this is kind of how it's got to come out. You got to weasel it out. I do have the motor loose and pulled forward with a rat strap, but I don't think that's doing anything for me, honestly, because if you look, all the holes are still lined up for both mounts. So anyway, here you go. Getting there. Keep weaseling. So we're going to try to go back in. Hooking again. I'm giving a little piece of back up a little piece of rope or string. Sorry, wire here. So it's a battle here. Gotta get it in the right way. You gotta weasel it. Remember the intake's plastic, so you don't want to pry on that. Just, there you go. She's almost there. We're getting there. This hose gave me a lot of problem in and out, so this hose right here, the power steering line, I loosened it off of this, so I had play. A little bit of play there. But I know when I came out, I got to this position, I had to realign it, reposition that hose. We're gonna reposition it again. And what I'm doing is wrapping it under the alternator. So when I get down a little farther, it won't be touching it all. Here we go. We're about to fall into place. Oh snap, we're upside down, so I hope I get down there, it's not gonna hurt me. At this point, I'm in deep enough that I don't need to hold it from falling. I take out this wire. Like I said, if you got good hands, I got arthritis in both of them. You know, you don't need all that. But we're just gonna weasel it around until it's where it belongs, 100%. Like I said, we're fighting this hose and a wire harness, but it's not that big a deal. Just gotta play with it a little here and there. You wanna save a couple $100, this is how you do it. So she's now in the hole, obviously, and now it's got to align it. Plug it all back in, hook it back up. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be watching this video anyway. Like and subscribe.